Hello, namaste, bonsoir, good evening, everyone. My name is Amit Lokiram. I'm live on my page with my amazing business partners, Devina from New Zealand and Seema from Ireland. And today we come on this page to discuss a couple of questions which we regularly get from people, and then people watch us live on our videos, and they have quite a couple of questions also going in their mind. So we're going to clarify some of the questions and give some answers so people can relate this online business with themselves. So first of all, let me introduce you myself. My name is Amit Lokiram, and I'm living in Ireland with my wife and 9 years old daughter. Originally, I am from Mauritius, a small island in the Indian Ocean. So it has been 17 years since I moved to Ireland for a better life, for a better future. And thanks to God and my parents' blessing, I'm a clerk in the public service for last 5 years and also a homeowner in Dublin. So these are some of my achievements and my success based on hard work and dedication of my parents. So although I am well settled and have a permanent job, but then I'm running this online business on the side. This only happened last year. Like I said, I got a house, but I had to borrow youth mortgage from the bank, and then I had to borrow more from credit unions to refurbish the house. And I ended with piles of debt. So I had to like 60-70% of my wages were going into paying my loans and all the expenses. And at that time, I started doing overtime to meet all those expenses and also to save some money for future. And I've been doing that overtime for a couple of months, and then especially during the weekends. And then one Sunday, my daughter came at my desk to say, "Dad, you don't love me anymore. You keep working. You even work during weekends." And that moment really broke my heart. As a dad, I was thinking I'm doing all my best for my family, especially for my daughter, but I realized that I was trading my time for extra money. So I started looking for something which I can do at my comfort with my house and without sacrificing those time with my daughter. And then I came through an ad and I did my due diligence. And that brought me to this online marketing business. This is a social media attraction marketing business, which I can do it in my small pocket of times. I can do it from my comfort of my house. I can do it in the morning or afternoon or evening. It can do it the weekends, can do it the evening. But the most important thing is I am not losing those precious time which I been losing because of other jobs, other commitments. So I have been able to spend more family time, can have more time with my daughter, and at the same time have extra income, because we all work for extra income for our family, for our children's future. But then on the way somewhere, we don't realize it that we are losing something else at the end in those family moments. So thanks to God, I joined this online business and I'm successfully running this online business. And people always ask me, what is this social media attraction marketing business? What type of business I am doing? So today, my answer is that this online business, which is attraction marketing business, it's a business in a box, which you have all the tools and supports available for anyone to start this online business. First of all, you have everything on that box. I mean to say, like, you have the automated system, you have the training platform, you have the website, you have the sales funnels, you have a global supportive community, and you have a mentor and coach. The mentor will be and the coach will be here to guide you through this online business. If you're stuck somewhere, they will advise you, they will support you. Same as the global supportive community, people doing this online business from all over the globe. We have business partners from New Zealand like Devina, from UK, from Australia, from USA, from Canada, all over the globe. So we have this global supportive community. Then we have this amazing training platform. Whenever you start a job or you start something, you need some training. And this training platform is which is very amazing training platform. It's step by step, user friendly. You can do it at your own time, and it's online, and you can log in and do your training. And of course, if you have any questions, you go to your mentor or your coach. Then we have this automated system where most of the hard work is done by the automated system. We don't have to worry about those technical aspects because it's all looked by the back end of the stuff. Recently, I got a couple of queries. Some people like say, I don't have a technical background. I don't have a huge followers. I'm not familiar with marketing. I would like to reassure these people, people who will watch or will come back to us, that all these skills which can learn, because every time we learn something directly or indirectly, and this is a skill which you will be provided to learn from this training platform, from your mentor, from your coach. You don't need hundreds or thousands of followers, because when we start this business, you're starting from scratch. People will be able to see you and they will be able to follow you. So you don't have to chase your friends or family members for this online business. Secondly, the technical aspect, as I said, is all looked after by the company. But still, there are a few bits information which our group will always keep providing and support you and guide you through. Language is not a barrier. We are talking in English now, but I do in my native language, like Mauritian Creole. Simaji sometimes does in Hindi. Devinadi sometimes also does in Hindi. There are many other languages people are doing, either in Arabic, Urdu, like French or Italian or Spanish. So language is not a barrier. It's the same platform. Everybody is using that, but the language is not a barrier. So, and again, you don't need to have very good educational background. Like people say, you need to have a degree or like good qualifications. No, these are the myths. These are the myths. These are the doubts people have it without checking this online business, because they think about this. First, you don't need any of kind of this educational background. As I say, you do it in your own language or native language. So a language you have been speaking since your childhood, you speak and you don't have to learn. That's how people get attracted to you. They don't get attracted by foreign language, but they're attracted to you by who you are. So that's we are doing social media attraction marketing business. So people get attracted to us. We give them the information. They get in touch with us through our ads or by following our pages or our reels or on WhatsApp or Instagram. So we give them the information about this online business. So this online business is, as I said, is a business in a box. So you have everything available under one roof. You don't have to be looking for other areas where you have to run this online business. So that's briefly about this online business. I would like to go to Simaji. I would like Simaji to introduce herself and to say why she started this online business. And we have seen in this community, like we have very professional people like doctors, engineers, surgeons, IT professionals. They're all running this online business. The first, you can think like these people are in a well-paid job. They have good degrees, good qualifications. They have getting good salary compared to some low-skill job. But even these people are joining and running this online business. So I'd like to ask Simaji, what could be her opinion about why people are exploring this business opportunity, although they are well paid and well settled in a good job, and they are running this online business. As to you, Simaji, thank you.
Hi, Amit. Thank you so much to organize this live and talk on these most important top questions. So, firstly, I like to namaste to everyone and good evening from Ireland. I am originally from Ireland, living in here. I can say originally is more than 20 years I'm here now. So I feel like more Irish now. I can say that because nowadays is summertime. I can't bear the heat. And if I say to other people, they say, oh my God, how can you say you come from India? Where is the 35-degree, 45-degree? So I think 20 years, weather, like, weather, food, dress up, like living, like the life, working style, everything. I'm just changed personality, but my roots are definitely from India. I love my hometown, and I'm from Dehradun. I'm from Rishikesh, like, near Dehradun. I'm from Uttarakhand, but I study in a different places in India because my father, he was in the army. So I am a wife as well. I came in Ireland as an immigrant on the spouse visa, dependent on my husband, and he is a chef here. and I work in a health sector now more than 17 years, like 17 plus years now. I have two boys, teenager boys. They studying here, secondary school, and I'm doing this business last 3 years. So I started this business 2022, and Amit said very well, if you can see, if you can see the live, if you can see the our ads, you can see lots of doctors, lots of IT professional, lots of restaurant owners, lots of chef, health sector worker, financiers, like different kind of highly paid job people are doing this business. Do you ever think, a doctor, a small example, a doctor, a surgeon, or IT professional, their income is low? I don't think so. They are the people who are really well paid job. So why they are doing the business? I think keeping a plan B, it's a very smart choice. Why? Because my reason to start the business is one of the most important example. I'm not very smart person in my life used to be before, because I never plan for a plan B, because I always feel I have a great job, and I work in a health sector, and I work for a government here, and they pay me really well. And my husband run a takeaway, he is a chef here, and he earn very well. But life is not all the time is the same. Like we paid very well, and he earned very well. So life was beautiful, everything is going very good. But one incident changed our life. Well, it can happen with anyone, it can happen with a husband or a wife, but in my case it's happened with my husband, where he lost his income source, and he was at home more than 1 year. So that is very difficult time. And most people who affected with this, your close family, the close family, like children living with you, if your parents are living with you, and if they are dependent on you from the back home. So that's what happened with us. When he lost his income source, we have our kids affected, our family affected, our elderly parents affected with this. So the salary is never been less in our life. We can purchase, we can travel every year in India, we can do whatever we want to do, so with the God grace, I'm very thankful to God, he gave everything to us. But one incident change our life. It can be anything happen, like your health issues, like I'm a mother of teenager boys. At the moment I have a plan B, so I'm not worrying about the my children going soon in universities, my eldest son going in 1 year, my youngest son going in 2 year in university. The expenses is too high. Like if something happen to your work, I love my job, but in something happen to your back, like anything happen, I work in a health sector, we do the 12-hour shift, it's a long shift, and is many things can happen incident in the workplace. If something happen, definitely it affect your family straight away, your children, your parents. So these thing, then other thing, as you are growing older, after hit 40, I feel huge change in my life, in my body. I'm not like before. When I hear before people, oh, I'm 40, and when I was in the end of the 20 or 30 beginning, I said, oh my god, 40, why people say I feel tired, no energy, feel so warm in the whole night, I can't work too much, my legs are sore. Once I hit 40, I feel it, what the people are saying, so far I'm very healthy, I'm working very well, I'm working full time. But I know I can feel the difference. I know I have a plan B in case if I reach 50 plus, I'm not be a very healthy. I can cut down my hours. Why? Because I have a plan B. That plan B is paying me, like all those things. And the most important thing is, the freedom of the choice. When you want to cut down your hours, when you want to retire early, when you want to travel to back home to look after your elderly parents, because I'm sure, like any child, your parents' sacrifices. Because I come with a very low middle class family. My parents struggle a lot. to give us a good education. That's why we are here. My parents never bought like any good dresses for the marriage or something coming up, because they feel, oh, my kids have a college fees going, school fee going, so they sacrifice a lot, so in this time when they are getting older, I feel like it's my job whenever they need it. So far they are healthy, but whenever they need, I want to be beside them, so I can support them. All those things are very, very important. So it doesn't matter if you are a doctor, if you are a restaurant owner, if you're an IT professional, and you are earning well, because smart people, because when the this incident happened to us, I hit very hard. I always hear people say plan B. I said, why I need a plan B? I don't need a plan B. I have a good job, my husband earning well. But when the reality hit us, then I feel it no, we need a plan B. Life is unpredictable. Your health, your job, your kids are growing, the expenses in the life, the mortgages, the rent, the house's price, daily lifestyle is going high. You need an extra income stream. And as Amit already mentioned it, the business, it's very, very simple. When I look in the beginning, because we all started this business from the scratch. The people I'm saying about the IT, maybe they know little knowledge about that. But this business for everyone, it started with the same spot where is the scratch, and everybody have the equally training, and everybody have a mentor and a coach who's supporting them, who helping them, how you have to do. If you are a stuck, you have a mentor, you have a coach, you have a community people, you have a what's group where you can hit your questions, if you have a doubt, and there is a people who are from the different part of the globe, and they can reply your doubt. Whatever you have a doubt, they can tell you what you need to do. So this is not a rocket science. Imagine, if I think, I don't know what to do in a health sector, how to look after my patient, I don't know how to look after my kids. I became first time mother. I start the first time job. I don't know anything, but we all learn this step by step what you need to do. But one thing is the most important in this business, your consistency. You have to, you are going to work hard every day, and somebody will be inspire you maybe one day, 2 day, 1 week. But your consistency, when you are putting your efforts every single day, or even some days, if you are working, you don't have a time, but you will get time, 30 minutes or 15, 20 minutes, that will be plenty. On your off day, if you spend 1 or 2 hours, that's plenty. But you need to give your time, work hard with the consistency. Then nobody can stop you, because a person like me, I start this business from scratch, no technical background, no business experience. And I always not believe online thing, I never used to do online shopping. I always say no, if I do online shopping, something will be problem. But I never imagine I'm the person who against with the online, and who doing the from last more than 3 years this business now. So this is the, I can say, you have to change according the time is changing now. Nowadays is AI is coming, chat GPT is coming. People, if you will not change according to the time, you will be very, very behind from the what present time it is. So you should be regularly uplift yourself. Or if you are a someone who are a professional and who want to generate a extra income, a legit income along with your job, and you think, I have only one option, I have to get another job. So no, because I think many time, I will get an extra job, but end of the day, you are a human being, you will get tired if you do two job, if you do overtime, if you do extra job in the weekend. So where is the time for your family? Where is the time for your kids? Where is the time? The most important thing is for yourself. If you are not a happy person, you can't be a good mother, you can't be a good dad, you can't be a good daughter, you can't be a, you can't be a good person. If you are putting yourself 24/7, working, you're like a machine, but unfortunately, you are not a mechanically a machine, you are a human being, you have a emotion, you have a tiredness, you are a human being, so you will get tired, you get frustrated. So first thing, get the time for yourself and this business. You are not only learning how to run this business give you lots of things, like lots of training, your mindset training. What I love about that, how in this 3 years changed my life, this business mindset. If you see the training, when you learn the training, not quitting anything. In my life last 3 years, it's not like everything is happy, like everything, not a like a kind of a like everything is a best. No, I have a lots of problem, like every person have a like a family life. There is a, because you are two heads in a one home, always you have a different opinion, you have a different problems comes. But it's very easy, something you can say, I don't want to do it, I just want to quit it, it's just like that, and it's finished. But a thing you can consistency doing it, and you are still, your life have lots of problem, if but you are keep fighting with that, that business will definitely give you a result. That's what happened in my life last 3 years. Like I faced many problems, like my husband work was totally stopped, my son was not well, he went for surgery, lots of emotionally I was very weak, I break down. But one thing I always talk myself, if I will quit this, what will be the result, and if I not quitted that, what will be the result. So this business is not only giving a financial freedom, it's also giving a strong mindset, where I can be succeed in my professional life, my personal life, and in my my relatives, or my like my family, like any problems come, so I'm there to fight with them, because a strong positive mindset bring you keep forward in this platform, in your life, in this business, in everything. So that's what I want to say, Amit. I think if you are any professional, doesn't matter small or big, keep your plan B. It's very important, because you will be seeing lots of things will be coming. You can lost your job, unpredictable time, your financial problems, something happened, you lost the job, many problems will come front of you. So plan B is always a best solution to stop all those problems. Over to you, Amit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sima. You have beautifully explained like what's a plan B, what's his business, and why those professionals who is still like earning good income, they used to say running this online business. Because people are now very smart now. They think for future. They don't just think for present. Present is here, but what will happen in future? Like a plan B, extra income. Everybody wants extra income, but instead of working harder, you can work smarter through this online business. Working hard and smart is a difference, because hard you'll keep pushing, but smart you don't have to be plugging in a whole day. Like we don't have to be sitting at our laptop or a phone for this online business. Just small pockets of time, half an hour, 1 hour. That's all need. So that's really interesting. And Simaji said like she was scared going online. Nowadays, there are so many scams going on, and it is very natural that people will get scared. Even I was kind of scared going on online, even doing shopping online. I never trusted buying something online. I prefer to go to the shop and I buy the stuff myself. But with technologies, everything changing. You can see around wherever you go, everything is changing. People are paying with their watch, people are paying with their phone, people is paying by app, people are buying items through app. So it's all getting changed. But it's for us also, Asima said, that we need to move with time. We just can't sit there and expect everything will be fine. So people will be left behind because they are not adapting with time. But this online business, it's on the platform where you do it on your own time. And then about a scam, how do you know if if something is scam or real? So you can see us coming live. You can see on our business pages we are coming with our family. We are posting regularly. We're not hiding behind the camera. We are here. We are in front of you. You can see ourselves. So if this was a scam, we are working in public sector. Why would like to lose our job for a scam? Because a scam can happen for a couple of weeks or months, but not for years. Sima is doing this online business for the last 3 years. She should not be here. So this is a legitimate business recognized by the government. because once we affiliate with companies, we get our business IDs as a proof we can run this online business. And we are all professionals like doctors and nurses. They have their registration number. They have to renew their registration number every year. So what we'll do, they have studied so hard for 20, 25 years, and now just because of a scam, they want to lose a job. So it's not going to happen like that. So we are all like real people, and nobody wants to be an embarrassment for the family. And then we can see like people look and they don't take it more to get more information, like go in depth of this online business. Maybe some people will inquire and they say, okay, this is social media attraction marketing business, but there is more to learn about this business, because we cannot come and talk and explain all the bits and parts of online business. So one of the questions usually get is there an investment? And that is where people think, okay, is there investment? Yes or no? And if it's yes, then they think, okay, I don't want to invest. That was the main question. So I go to Devina from New Zealand. That's 7 a.m. in the morning. There's Saturday 7 a.m. in the morning. That's a dedication. That's a consistency. Sima said that people we are showing, because we are working for this business. We are running our own business. And Sima said that you go take a second job, but you're still an employee. But when you run this online business, you are your own boss. This online business is yours. You are your own boss. So you run it according to your means. So I go to Devina and ask, is there any investment? And what type of investment is there? And what will happen when you invest on this online business? Thank you, Devina, for coming so early in the morning, especially Saturday morning. Please let us know about yourself, please. Thanks.
Thank you, Amit. Thank you, Sima, and thank you for this hosting this live session today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. As Amit mentioned, my name is Divina. I'm an independent working woman who is also an immigrant from Fiji, but currently living in New Zealand. My journey personally comes from a very, challenged childhood in the absence of a parent. I had responsibilities growing up in terms of understanding a lot of things. So I had to grow up quickly, understand the value of everything that is, especially time, energy, efforts at the early age. These experience, for example, has installed me to, when you have challenges, when you have problems, how to have a mindset to look for your own solutions. You create them, and I learned to embrace challenges and to accept them and build my strength. I got criticisms and along the way. I took it as a learning opportunity, and what are the lessons that I've learned from my experience. When I grew up myself, I did have increase in my responsibilities, being the sole bread provider for the family, which includes my aged grandparent, parents, special needs brother. My 9 to 5, I was trading for money, did not cover all my expense, and having a promising career in finance is not enough, because there were two occasions where my contracts had come to an end. I normally used to have a lot of short term or maybe short contracts. I had durations of 3 years, some would be 2 months, 1 month. I used to work I used to be a performer, a high performer, and there were occasions where you are also put on an improvement plan as well. That is when you're overworked with so many responsibilities, so many loads of work, that your performance gets affected. So you name it, in the corporate world of 23 years I've experienced it. But one thing I barely did was, my 9 to 5 trading for money was not covering my dreams and desires that I wanted. Everybody has them. I was always looking for solutions. That is when I started also looking for an opportunity, despite having no technical background. in tech savvy. I do have finance background, so I do come from a business oriented background from my parents, but I've never done a business on my own. I was looking for flexibility. I was looking for time freedom and just, able to make decisions. And today, what I'm doing and what we are doing today is that I'm a finance professional. So I come out on the online space trying to educate finance professionals how they can create flexibility, time freedom, and create income producing activities where they can learn and help their loved ones. So, in terms of the question is that we normally get, which is very common, is there any investment to get started? This is probably one of the first most questions people always ask. Everybody, this in order to understand this is that I just wanted to share that if you're serious about your life, your time, your investment, where is it going? This seriousness will not you will not look at the investment component to have that hindrance for you to start. And my answer always remains the same. Yes, there is an investment where we um, in order for anyone to explore the business, it's not because the thing is that the business is it's like what Amit mentioned. It's a business in a box. It's something with genuine people who really want to see change. And it's not like myself. I had many responsibilities. I was supporting families, and every dollar whatever we earn is meant for a purpose. So a lot of people, I understand, are not in a position to spend their money out like carelessly. I would say there will be a lot of resistance, but yeah, if you look at it as an expense, then you might think like you will be hesitant. But if you look at this amount that you have investing in a business, then you have to tell yourself it's an investment in myself, my future self. I'm learning. So the question needs to change the way you tell yourself or the way you move. No one, you can have a very good education, you can have all the skills, but like Sima has mentioned, we all are working on progressive mindset. Even myself, every single day, I work on a lot of on my growth mindset. What am I learning from experience that is I'm not happy? Someone is criticizing me, a person, an individual. What am I learning from throughout this? In this package, what we have is that in this online business is where we have this 149 US dollars in order to just to give you a just the business overview. It just doesn't give you the whole business, it gives you an overview. But guess what, guys, if you once pay this overview of business 149, you get the training links. Mostly our business is all on a video based platform, training videos. You will understand the company, the partnerships we have, the opportunity you'll see the global strategies we have in terms of the companies that we are associated with. Is that once you understand the strategy depending on your budget, then you will see the amount of investment will look very small in terms if you see the value of what you get. So like what we have mentioned, we are affiliate marketers. We are affiliated with a company that has been in the business for plus 50 years. Global partnership, you don't carry inventory, you don't have to carry anything. What we just do, we create awareness on our social media that there is an opportunity where it can give you a lot of who knows, and a side income opportunity where you can help your loved ones. We have a training platform. That 149 gives you access to some of our training platform. Like what we have mentioned, we have mentors, we have coaches, we have a global community where these are some of the things you get. And I just like to share, when you start any traditional business, you don't get this. And not everybody will share in their business the the setbacks, the challenges. And ironically, in our global community, everyone is out there to support you, help you, and they share with you their setbacks and challenges, so you are able to save your time. And you don't get that in personal, because a wise person always speaks from another person's mistakes, and they try to save time. So, and having the technical support, most importantly, it will give you the opportunity to develop a lot of skills that you would never even get in your 9 to 5. And I've learned so much, and I've groomed myself every single day, that regardless, I'm not a social media confident person. I certainly don't have everything figured out, but yes, I'm building something that is into the online space. And every single day I continue to learn, I continue to grow. And people, everyone needs to understand that they can do the same. One lesson, one what I personally have learned is that if we ask us ourselves the question, is that paying for a university degree, like what Seema has mentioned, she has been doing the business for 3 years. That is roughly how much we have to take in terms of understanding a university bachelor's degree. If you give yourself 3 years or 5 years in this business, it's basically like you are understanding how to build wealth, create simple content where you are creating an education for others people just like you, and you on the same time you are creating an income stream for yourself. And this is creating a lot of opportunities for you and your loved ones. So every person's life goals are very different, they have different responsibilities, different priorities. And but I would love to encourage people that, do your own due diligence. As a finance professional, we do due diligence, be professional, be true, because at the end of the day, trust is the most important element. And how do we build that? Is coming very often consistently on our social media platform, and ask questions, but ask questions with more clarity. If you do not understand, ask questions to the people who are like ourselves, who are in the business, so we are mentors, to understand. And you can take your time, no doubt, because you need to decide where does your goals lie, and decide if you're wanting to move forward. Because that 149, guess what, guys, it is refundable if you do not love what you see. And but you if you decide to move forward, then you'll see the strategies of the we have in order for you to, the packages for you to access. But it's all, the decision remains with you, your consistency, your commitment, and your desire to grow. And you're determined to create an opportunity, not only for yourself but for your loved ones. And what I have learned is that every meaningful change in life experience begins with only one decision: to invest in yourself. Because sometimes investment is the way we have to go, and it's the time that, we need to educate ourselves, we need to step out of a little bit of about our comfort zone. But when you take one step, always remember, believe in yourself first. And we are here as mentors to guide you, because we have been in the business for some time. And remember, every decision will help you shape a person of who you are today. So start asking, and instead of asking how much does it cost, I would encourage people to say it like the way, what could I become if I am committed into learning something new? Because knowledge is the way of creating many opportunities that money can never you can get. So regardless of whether who you are, choose a business path that we have here. And it's the one thing that will always be true: the best investment you'll ever make in your life is in yourself. That is it, Amit. I give it back to you.
Thank you so much, Devina. You also beautifully explained like about this investment, because if you think if somebody tells you that you don't have any investment, so you must think twice, three times, four times. What type of business is it if there's no investment? Any investment business is also is dealing in products or services, they have investment. So like Devina said that, like compared to traditional business, we don't have huge investment, but the return on investment is high because we are not carrying any products. We are not doing door-to-door sales. We are not stocking any products. So that's one of the main thing. Because when you see in traditional business, you have to stock products. So you need to buy first and then sell and then make some money. But we are not doing all this. It's all looked by our affiliated company. So once you pay the 149 US dollar, you get 30 days to watch those videos about investment, about the products, about the companies, and you can do your due diligence. Sometimes people ask, why do you have to pay 149 US dollar? Why you can't give me the all the information? But just imagine, we all busy professionals, we are parents, and to give somebody 2-3 hours information on phone and explain everything, it's not possible. And then I may miss some important aspects of the business by on the phone, and maybe you may not understand it fully what I'm trying to say. There can be a lot of misunderstanding also. So once you have these videos based, you can go watch it again and again, consult your wife or your partner or your husband and check everything. So you have that liberty to go and check everything. It's everything on videos. People understand more with videos, with watching and pictures, than just by saying and by telling, okay, this is a product, the products look like this is the model, and this is the technical features. So how people will understand. And imagine we are getting like so many people contacted us through our ads, and we will not be able to tell like 10, 20 people every day about this. When we'll get our rest, when we'll spend our time with family. We are running this business for extra income and for extra time to spend with our family. So the videos are there for people who are really curious or really interested to explore this online business. It is not for people who think, okay, just fill in the form and did not communicate. But it's for people who really want to change their life, who want an extra earning, who want some flexibility, who is thinking for plan B, who are looking for the future of the children going to university or going a good job, looking for people who wants to buy a house, or because so many people want to do a lot of things, but the opportunities, they don't come across a good opportunity. But this is a real good opportunity for people. You pay 149 dollars, you have 30 days, you watch all this, ask questions, as many questions you have, and you decide if it's for you, you go ahead. This 149 becomes one-time investment for your sales funnel, for your training platform, for your website. This all included. You don't have to renew or pay a subscription based, so it is there for once and for life. Then you go upon the investment package, which is the affiliation cost of the companies, and you decide which product package you want to go based on your budget, but it's also how do you want to progress in this online business. Some people want to grow quick, they are like people want to grow faster, then they go with high investment. So but there's no it's not compulsory for anybody to go like this, but it's good to know what are the options, and you decide for you if you want to go ahead or you don't go ahead. At the end, you're not going to lose anything. Your money will be refunded if you don't go ahead, but at least you get the full information. You understand this online model fully. You get the full picture, and that's where you decide. So I'm going to wrap up this live now, but I would like to thank Seema and Devina for joining us. And whoever have been watching us live or will watch this replay, feel free to connect with any one of us. We have our name, our contact number, our website. So whoever you like or want to learn more about this online business, feel free to send a message or contact any one of us, and we'll be happy to guide you through about this online business. This is how we also started, because we watch somebody's live, we watch somebody's ad, and we contacted them. If you don't take that step to contact somebody, you will always be in dark and thinking what this online business is. But once you get this information, then you'll be okay, this is for me or not. I'll just say thank you everybody, and have a good evening and have a good day, Devina. Saturday's there, so have a lovely day, and thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, Sima.
Bye.